What's up, guys? So season has ended. 2023 season is gone and in the past, and that's time for 2024. So a lot of things that I noticed on the farm, I cannot complain with this season at all. It's been the craziest and the best season that I've ever had. Still a lot more improvements that I want to do though. That's what I'm doing today. I already got started in on improvements on the farm. Food plot additions and stuff. I went ahead and frost seeded a couple things, but right now one of the things that I'm going to do is add a rub post. So my biggest problem was kind of getting deer in an area that I could get on them in November because they kind of act sporadic, and the farm is not really a November late season spot. Well, November spot. Early season, late season, it's kind of its best time. So I'm trying to capitalize on November and hold deer here all year, trying to. So we're gonna add some rub posts in today, and then I got some grapevines that I have cut and that we are gonna use, turn that to 4-wheel drive because the farm is absolutely saturated because we got a big rain, which I'm glad because I frost seeded the clover and the chicory in. We've had a pretty mild winter so far, so we got some rain in today. And we got a bunch of improvements to do, and we're gonna get after it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm on Spartan Forage. I'm kind of just going over how I done everything for the food plot and kind of just checking out how I want the stand location to be. And if you haven't used Spartan Forage, they have an awesome mapping layer to where you can actually mark out the area for your food plots, design it how you want, and get the acreage that you need, measure out the acreage that you need, so you know how much seed that you need to put in a specific area. And it's just really awesome and really helps laying out. That way you don't buy more seed that you need to, and then you can mark out the food plot exactly how you want it and get everything laid out with pins and everything. And it's just pretty freaking awesome, to be honest. And then you can go in there with the distance. Instead of the area marking out, you can go in there with distance, and then you can sit there and mark out from your blind to how far something is. So like 50, 60, 70 yards, whatever. And then you can pick the best stand location before you ever step foot in the field. And it just gives you a really good kind of reference on how everything needs to be laid out for you. So I'm gonna get this laid out. Everything actually looks pretty good on it. Right here looks about as good of a spot as any. My shovel don't break. That's the worst thing about cedars, is all that dadgum sap on you. Oh, but the deer will love it. So I want to show y'all something. And they say, if you got a bunch of bugs, a bunch of worms in your dirt, then you got good dirt. And I want to show y'all this. Look at that right there. A worm. A worm. It looks like all the fertilizer and the lime and everything is working. But like this, all this fortress is going to decompose. Then we're going to burn it off, and it's going to help it that much more. So we're getting there. We're getting better soil, which is going to mean better plants, going to grow better. They're going to have more nutrition. The deer's going to come in here more. Heck yeah. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to get all this dirt stamped back down in here because I want it to be sturdy. When a buck rubs his head on it, it ain't going to tip over. All right, back here on the other half. Now on this one, this is a big CRP field, like half the farm CRP. And the deer are coming up through here and around through here. We got a stand over in a tree back over there. So I'm thinking them traveling where they mowed. They're gonna mow this CRP down through here. Them deer are gonna come through here and travel these edges. They're cutting like straight across it right now, but when they come out, they'll travel around these edges because all the trees, when they make a scrape or they make a rub on a licking branch or whatever, it's going to be on this field edge. So I am right now trying to, there's not a lot of trees on this farm, especially after the windstorm, there's not a lot. So I am going to try and pick a tree and exit and everything. So whenever you go through and you do all your scouting for like next season and you go to move tree stands, get your tree stand set up to where you don't have to go in there so much and do it like a month or, 2 weeks before season. Go ahead and do it now, be done with it, and leave pressure off the deer. And I believe that tree right there is going to be the best contender. It's not the biggest tree in the world, but you got enough cover by the time September gets here. You'll have enough cover blocking you and stuff, and then he'll be able to see the entire field and be able to glass over it whenever he goes to hunt. So I think he'll be all right, and then I can set that licking branch off over there, and then we can put a feeder over here. Yes, in the state of Kentucky, you're allowed to bait. So we're gonna bait, whether you like it or not. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna put a feeder over here. We're gonna put the licking branch over there, and then put the tree stand up in that tree, and then he can enter and exit from the back half on this holler side, because most of the deer will be coming from in front of him, bedded off over this way. Everything to make these licking branches and mock scrapes and stuff, but I'm gonna try. They say the best thing to use is grapevine, and I've got one that's about a little bit smaller than my wrist, and it's got some weight to it and it's got some give, and that's what deer want. They want something that they're going to be able to, they don't want to hit a hemp rope and stuff that ain't got no weight to it, because they can't really get their glands sent on there. They want something that's got some push back to it. They like to feel that resistance, and this thing's got enough weight to it to where it's going to get resistance. It's rough, so if they're itching, they're scratching, whatever, it's got that rough texture on the outside of it to where they're going to get pleasure out of feeling that rough texture, scratching an itch or something on it. And so we're gonna hang this. The only thing I don't have, and it's natural, it's natural. Deer used to seeing grapevines hanging down, whatever. The only thing I'm not gonna use this, well, this is actually kind of natural, is grass string. So I'm gonna use basically hay bale and twine to tie this up on this branch here. I tested it out, and it seems to be a fairly good height. Gotta put my big girl panties on. There it went. I'm the strongest man alive. Nope. All right, this branch is not for short people. There we go. I'm just gonna wrap this around here fairly decent. All right, so I'm over here at the last spot, and this is probably the most rural spot that we have. It's a bean field right here behind the house, and about a 60-acre bean field, maybe a little bit more. But I got to stand in this oak tree over here, that red oak. I got to stand in that red oak right there. We had a stand over here, had a couple bucks coming over here. Most of these deer are not the same deer from the farm. They come from a different area. And I'm gonna hang this right off of this branch up here. That way we can enter in, go around the whole backside, enter in from the backside, get up the stand, go back around, and then go back out this way. That way we're not coming through here and bumping deer out coming in through here and there. So we'll get this hung, and we'll get that up on this branch. Probably break some of these branches off that's already on here to kind of clean it up the way that stands out. All right, so I got that one done. I got that one hung up in here, and then down below it, I took some of the dirt off the ground and everything. I'm not gonna put any scent on here. I might, but right now I'm not going to. I'm gonna let the deer put their natural scent on it. Let the deer use it. When the deer start using it, I'm not gonna come and freshen it up. The deer will freshen it up themselves. So once I just get it established and they start using it, I don't have to do anything else to it. So I really like this setup. I'll put another stand. I got a stand in that tree back there, that oak tree now. And it's kind of a raggedy stand, so I'm gonna take it down, put a better stand up there. Might end up actually putting it in this oak tree up here. Probably put it in that one right there. Just depends on wherever we stick feet out over here. Again, depends on which side the deer decide to come from. Sometimes they come from the back side, sometimes they come from this side. It just depends. But as far as entrance and access, that's the best entrance and access that we have, is coming off through here and going through there. So that's it. That's first things of the farm done for right now until season ends, and we got about a week until season ends, and then we can start burning and really going at it and getting everything done. And once we get all the winter wheat and everything sowed after the field is burnt, and get everything done down there and on other parts of the farm that I want to get done, then it's turkey season. So try it out, guys. Get your rubbing post out. Get you some of these grapevines out, cut them out, put some out. If you don't have them before, you know, it might help you, it might not. It's gonna help you more than it don't help you, and you never know. I mean, with that rubbing post there, that cedar rubbing post there, deer are fixing to drop their sheds, so maybe we'll find a couple sheds around that rubbing post and everything once they start using it. But that's gonna be it, and I'm excited for 2024, and I'm just ready to get after it. So I'll see you guys on the next one.